welcome back.
Hello.
To 307 Reacts. This is off the rails already.
Wow.
But we're here with our boy Chase Matthew. We just reacted a couple days ago to Chase Matthew and Ryan Upchurch, their remix of Broadway Girls. Which, by the way, we need to make a clip after this because I fucked up in the beginning of that one. So
what did you say? What was the fuck up there? I forgot. I don't know what.
We'll record it after this.
Okay,
It's a quick 15-second thing.
I got you.
Ronnie, editor Ronnie, we need you to put that. Well, you already know because I'm going to tell you in a different video. So anyway, yeah, I got to put that in the beginning because I was an idiot and I wasn't fully awake when I reacted to that and I said some dumb stuff. So
I'm so oblivious to most of what's going on in this room that I didn't even catch it. I was just like, oh yeah, here we go.
I didn't catch it till the next day, and I'm like, wait, did I see?
I know,
because
I got your messages. You were like, we have to make a little clip for something or other, and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. But okay, yeah.
So anyway, yeah, and if you guys think that Lil Durk and Morgan Wallen did it better, I'm sorry, you are mistaken. Okay.
I mean, the numbers don't lie.
It's pretty bad right now. The last time I checked, Ryan and Church were trending. Or sorry,
Chase and Church.
Chase and Church. Jesus Christ. Chase and Church were trending number 6, and the original was behind them at number 7.
Ah,
like
so. The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. They continue to prove you wrong. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, today we're checking out Love Like That by Chase Matthew. Chase
independent artists, no backing, no labels, no managers, no press.
And the music video cost them $0.
$0. And I'm pretty sure Morgan Wallen and the other dude had like a $250,000.
They spent $400,000. Yeah.
Oh, more than a quarter, almost $500,000.
Almost $500,000 on their music video. You guys are fucking up.
And all Chase and Church did was go out and sign some autographs and have,
have
a couple drinks.
Yeah, that's such a good time.
Boom, video. Anyways, so this is just an official lyric video. So
yeah, usually Chase hits me up. He goes, "Hey man, releasing a new video," and then once it comes out, I get the link in my Instagram. Right.
Okay.
So this is one of those we were just balls deep in the middle of trying to do our Mary Did You Know, and we didn't have time to get to it. We had all this Christmas stuff going on. So Chase, we here.
You do.
I promised
that's right.
we would do this one, and here we are.
Okay,
I'm sorry we're late, but here we are.
Here we are, and with that, we might as well just get into it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Please head over to Chase Matthews' page and give him a subscription. He needs all the help he can get right now because he's killing it. He's blowing up, and he's going to be a major deal here in a very short amount of time. So,
I mean, bro, he's already.
That's what I'm saying.
He ain't at the top, but he's very close.
He's working his way up very quickly. So. Get on the subscription train over there, and with that, let's get it. Love Like That, official lyric video. Here we go.
Oh, I love that guitar.
Clean. Some guy back there with an egg shaker.
Yeah.
My luck with love ain't never been great, never been great. And my heart gets broken, will it ever change? Will it ever change? Maybe I'm just made for the heartbreak. Maybe the Lord has someone waiting. When I get down thinking that I'm lonely, I start praying. I just wanna find a girl that my mama would be proud of. One that wants to ride in my shotgun seat. It'd be fine if she had a little heartbreak. That's something she's gonna fix.
Is that a little bit of banjo or mandolin I may be hearing in the background?
I hear banjo.
You hear banjo?
I
okay.
hear it plucked out, but like doing little arpeggios.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's something else too. But
it could be a mandolin. I'm not trained enough to know the differences between them. So
it's very subtle.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't listening with headphones,
now's the time.
Plug it in.
Plug your headphones in, then go to your settings and make sure they're set to stereo and not mono, because I guess that's a thing in YouTube, so make sure that's a thing. I don't
know. Dude, this song been blowing up on TikTok. Like, so he released a teaser for it, and this chorus, everybody been doing videos with that sound. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's so good. It's just so catchy. Like that's his thing, man. Chase knows how to write.
This is similar to the one music video that we watched. Was like a lyric video that we watched of him where he had all the lyrics going around the truck while he was driving and stuff, driving through the countryside.
Which, by the way, his lyric videos are badass.
That's why I want to like make note of that. Like his lyric videos are unlike other ones that I see.
Yeah.
Like this is a really this is basically a video just without him in it, without any physical people in it. I mean. This is as close to
even
a video.
His last one. It was still a music video of him driving.
That's the thing. Like it's still a video.
Like,
this is as close to a music video as you can get without it actually being. And I would classify.
I mean, in my opinion, it'd be a music video.
I would classify this as a music video.
Yeah.
So that's what I see it as. I love it. I love the drawings. It's all on graph paper.
Yeah.
Super creative
cool.
idea.
Like you was back in school and stuff.
Yeah.
Writing. Yeah.
It'd be fine if she had a little heartbreak. That's something she's gonna fix with me. And Lord, you know that I'm rough around the edges. I need a woman that can handle that. Give me a love that's everlasting. Lord, help me find a love like that. Yeah, a love like that. Like that.
It's got to be a banjo.
Yeah.
I know you know, Lord, exactly what I need. And wherever you are, girl, I hope that you're waiting for me. You need to know I got a mama who loved you before she even saw you. Lord, I know if I could call.
If that ain't the truth.
No kidding.
By the way, let me make a note of this. The drum, right? The kick drum. Just driving that for. I love that.
Yeah. 4 on the floor, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But my mama already loved you before she ever met you. And it is so true because my mom right now, she's living back east in North Carolina. And she has loved my girlfriend, Kenna, and she's never met her. Before she even talked to her, she's like, I like her. And the reason for it is because she knows just from talking to me that, like, I'm a happier person. I'm a better person.
Yeah.
Like, she sees her influence and effect on me.
Yep.
And
that's what he's getting at in this.
Is like
had so many positive interactions from just talking to Chase that okay.
Yeah.
I trust her already.
And that's mom's intuition is very rarely wrong when it comes to that type of stuff.
It's true. Mom knows best.
So, yeah, man, I just love that line.
Who loved you before she even saw you. Lord, I know if I could call you, this is what I'd say. I just wanna find a girl that my mama would be proud of, one that wants to ride in my shotgun seat. It'd be fine if she had a little heartbreak. That's something she's gonna fix with me. Lord, you know that I'm rough around the edges. I need a woman that can handle that. Give me a love that's everlasting. Lord, help me find a love like that.
Hell yeah.
That's sick. Ooh.
I just want to find a girl that my mama would be proud of. She's looking so good in my shotgun seat. Oh, Lord, you know that I'm rough around the edges. I need a.
By the way, I like that imagery right there.
I like that this whole thing has basically just been like little scratch, because this is what you doodle, right? When you're in high school and stuff, and you're going through the love cycles and things that. You doodle all over your papers.
Yeah.
And this was like I didn't ever draw anything this elaborate, but I was
I could barely draw a stick figure now.
The little birds, even to me, I'm like, damn, dude, how'd they make those look so good? Like, I don't get it. And they just went boop boop, like, but I couldn't ever do that. So yeah, but like this was, I love that feel of it. It just gives you that nostalgic kind of, like, the graph papers got me, man. It's good. I really like the feel of this video, man.
I love, so like he talks about in the chorus, like, it's okay if she's got a little heartbreak because she's gonna work through that with me.
Fix that with me, yeah.
And it's so true, because like I have dated people in the past where there has been things that like I've had to change because when you're living in a toxic environment with a toxic person and the relationship's toxic, you end up developing these habits that just aren't healthy. Mm-hmm. And it's more to protect yourself. But when you get with somebody who doesn't have those, you have a hard time letting go of those because that's just what you've known for so long. And so when you have two people that get together who have similar things that they have to work on, they can work on them together. Now, here's the problem. It can be a bad thing because you never figure it out between the two of you. Or it could be a great thing because you both know what you're going through, you both have experienced the same thing, and you both know the solution, and you can help each other with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I've been very lucky with my girlfriend, Kenna, that I date now. She has experienced a lot of the same things in past relationships that I have, and, like, she has dealt with her stuff already, and she's like, I've moved past that. Like, I'm back to my normal self. Like I feel good about everything. And there's still things that I'm working on, that there's habits that I've developed through past relationships that I'm still trying to work through. And Kenna's been extremely patient with me. She's like, look, man, like, I get it. I get it. And, like, one of my big things is I enjoy spending time alone.
Man.
And that's something that a lot of people who date have problems with because they want to be with their significant other. And it's not that I don't want to be with her. I do. But it's a thing where
I have great appreciation for the silence around me.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm just that person.
And that comes from being in relationships with a lot of turmoil and a lot of yelling and whatever. Like, those times when that other person is not around, when you're sitting by yourself, is when you're the happiest. And so when you come into a new relationship and they don't understand that becomes a problem. But in my case, Ken has been very understanding, and she knows. Like, I've had days that I told her, I was like, look, I'm not talking to anybody today. Like, I'm not responding to anything on my phone. I'm not looking at YouTube comments. I'm not doing nothing.
I need to do some of those days, man. I haven't since we started the channel.
And I message her, and I'm like, hey, look, you didn't do anything wrong. Like, I just, it's not you. There's not a problem. I just need time alone with nothing. Nothing. I mean, I'll maybe play video games with the boys, which is a little bit different because, you know,
it's mindless. It's just mindless.
Just doing nothing. And I have needed a lot of that over the past year, and I have had a lot of time to do that. And Kenna's like, no, if that's what you need, I love you. Hit me up when you need me, you know. And that is what it is, which is so wild to some people because I can't believe he would just do that. He would not talk to his girlfriend for an entire day and play video games with the boys.
Yeah,
that's just fucking ridiculous.
You have to.
It's like, well, you know what? Sometimes you just got to.
You have to do those things, man.
So, I love it. I love the imagery right here where they're both walking towards a cliff and they're both going to jump off into this new thing. Okay? They don't know what's there. It could be water, it could be concrete, they could die, it could be a good time, who knows. But they're blindly jumping off into something hoping that it works out. And that's
risk and reward, people. Risk and reward right there.
Everything in life, man. It's crazy.
Equals love. There we go. Let's go.
Woman that can handle that. Give me a love that's everlasting. Lord, help me find a love like that.
Love that.
Yeah, a love like that. Ooh, a love like that. In my shotgun seat. Like that.
I gotta say,
good, man.
Probably one of the most creative lyric videos I've ever seen.
Yeah,
but I'm sure there are great lyric videos out there.
In the '90s, there were some really creative lyric music videos.
Ones. Yeah, I'm sure there are a bunch out
like,
there. I'm talking about the ones that I've seen.
Yeah,
which people that is a small, it's a shallow bucket. Okay, but I mean, I love that. I love that style because it's a video. Like it's not just a lyric video. That's a music video, man. It's the only difference is that you don't have what you do.
I have nothing.
Okay,
don't worry about it.
The only difference is that you don't have the physical people in there that that perform the song. But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I would say more work would even go into like an illustrated music video.
As far as an editor goes, yeah.
I have no idea how any of that stuff works. I'm sure there are templates and backgrounds and things that you can use for the grid paper and things like that. But as far as like putting the illustrations in there, making the text run across the screen, all that's like,
a lot of
I think that's all edited stuff. So
yeah.
I give that kudos regardless. 5 backwards hats.
Oh, yeah. 5 out of 5 backwards hats all day long.
That might be the first lyric video that I've given 5 out of 5 backwards hats to, but I don't consider that a lyric video.
Like, nobody does lyric videos anymore. And if they do, it's a shitty local band, and it's literally the music with, like, a purple or black backdrop with just the words that are typed, and then it's like
and then they come in at different times. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, put some work into it, boys.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, okay, Chase Matthew, he's an independent artist. Sure, he signed with Holler Boy Records, but Holler Boy Records is an independent label. Guess how many artists they have signed underneath them? Two. The owner of the label and Chase Matthew.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. They run in the whole show, okay? Guys, this is... For those of you who in Wyoming watching this, which is probably very few of you.
Which is like maybe 3 people. And they don't need this
probably
information
not
anyways.
Even in a band. Yeah. Here's the thing, okay? If you know somebody that's in a band, local to your scene, Show them this guy. Be like, they're like, well, I play metal music or I'm a rapper. It doesn't matter. Watch his journey.
I'm a punk rocker,
okay?
and
like,
I appreciate his journey.
He has worked so hard. Him and Upchurch and Jelly Roll and Struggle Jennings and Adam Calhoun and Savannah Dexter and Bravo Gator. I could go on and on and on. I mean, there's just
pick a
so
name from
many
our channel.
people.
You know what I mean? Like that's why we watch him.
I mean, Warren Ziders. He's one of the biggest ones that like everybody on TikTok knows.
Yeah,
he's independent. Guys, it's not it. I say it's not that hard. Okay. I say it's not that hard. It's a lot of hard work, okay? It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of dedication. You have to have your shit together.
There's a difference between something being hard and people being willing to put in the work, put in the hours.
Yeah.
You could say that running our YouTube channel is hard if you consider showing up to our studio 2 days a week and shooting 6 episodes in succession a difficult job.
Yeah.
Literally all it comes down to is, hey, do you have 4 hours over 2 days to spend in a studio?
Exactly.
When you break it down like
our
that.
Our Married Did You Know music video, it only took us, let's say we did everything all at once, took 0 breaks, a day.
I would say,
and a half.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A day and a half. I would say 2 days at the very, very, very most, but I really doubt it.
I mean, full studio time to get everything tracked to a point where we could basically release it, like move a few faders and release it. Yeah, I would say a couple days.
And to do a music video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Guys, it's not and within a couple days it's like almost 3,000 views.
Oh, and during that we were also releasing videos every single day.
Yeah. Guys, literally, all you have to do is show up and do the work. It doesn't matter if the video quality is shitty. Go to YouTube and figure out why it's shitty. Adjust your camera.
That's not an excuse anymore.
Do your lighting.
Y'all have iPhones and Androids. That shitty camera is not an excuse anymore. That doesn't count.
Bro, for real.
And if you're going to use that, that's just a scapegoat, and you're not trying hard enough. Because that is... This camera that we shoot with right here is a shitty camera. It's not a good camera.
I mean... For music video standards, yeah.
It works great. But yeah, I would shoot any music video on that camera.
And we did.
That's
dude, I cannot get I will die on this hill alone in Casper, Wyoming if I have to. Guys, there are some great talents in this town. In our hometown of Casper, Wyoming.
Some insane
there
talents.
are people who are just insane.
Yeah.
There's a girl, I'm going to shout her out. I don't give a shit. Morgan Madariaga, okay? She's a fantastic drummer. She's a fantastic singer. Her dad went to the college. He was just, I don't know if her dad's bored or what it is, but the guy works for a company as an engineer or whatever, and he got a wild hair up his ass. He's like, I'm going to learn how to mix and master music. So he went to the college, took some classes. So he's like, hey, my daughter, you know how to sing. I want you to come in and like do some
vocals,
stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just for her, she wasn't necessarily seeing a reward for it, and so it wasn't as important to her. Guys, if you invest in yourself, your journey is your reward. You have to fall in love with the grind. You have to fall in love with the journey. You have to fall in love with struggling to make it. Because if you just wake up one day and have everything, you're going to be happy for a day.
Man, and that's
it.
I think it just comes down to that instant gratification thing where, and we've gone through it a few times.
And by the way, this is not a slant to Morgan or anything. She's fantastic. And seriously, you guys are going to see her on the channel at some point in time because I'm going to get her in the studio to sing.
Cool.
She is great.
It's that thing where, like, and we've even had conversations about it in here where, I'll text you on some days or you'll text me and it's like, man, I'm burned out, dude. Like, I am so burned out. And it's on a day that we have to shoot. But it's one of those things where it's like, just come in, get it done, and then it'll be done with.
It was just today, man. I was like, hey, let's just push hard through the end of the year. Mm-hmm. January comes around, February. We got a fundraiser we're going to do in February, which requires very minimal work.
Not much, yeah.
Right? But pretty much January, February, March, April, we're not going to be doing a whole lot of extra.
Tuesdays. That's pretty
Monday,
much,
Tuesdays.
That's going to be our days. So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I think a lot of people will hit a wall and just kind of give up, because they do the thing and they kind of get their feet wet and then they hit the wall where it's like, well, I have some content out or whatever parameters you want to use for this context. But like I have some content out. I have 20 videos or whatever it is, and then you hit the wall and it's like I don't really know what I kind of hit creative wall, and then it dies off and it falls off, and it's like no, you have to keep coming in.
I mean, shouts out to Kenzie Dodge. We gave her a shout out in our last live. Okay, she has been having problem after problem after problem with equipment, with not saving videos. The memory card doesn't hold the whole thing. The camera shuts off halfway through. I mean,
Hey, we did that, didn't we?
We went through that. And so she's hit me up. She's like, dude, I'm struggling. I love her determination. She goes, I'm still grinding. I'm going to do this. I got to do this.
Got to do it.
And guys, that's the thing. Once you dedicate yourself to your band, where it becomes, even though it's still a part-time job, if you're still working your full-time job, even though it's a part-time job, you treat it like, hey,
you have to treat it like it's full-time.
This is serious. And once you treat it serious and you set goals, that's the biggest thing. Nobody sets a goal. They go, oh, well, let's like put some music out. Okay, cool.
Or they do, yeah, and that's it.
Like how?
When?
And that's it.
When?
They just leave it as, we're gonna put some music out. We're gonna come out with a new album next summer. Okay, cool.
How many songs? Do that, when are you putting them out? What order? When? Like what time?
So here's what we did with our previous band, right? Hey, we need to set some goals. Okay, so we want to have our EP out, right? Like, yeah, everybody's in agreement, right? I said, okay, cool. We want to have, let's say, 4 songs tracked by November, which at this point in time, it was like, what, April? Like, totally doable.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere
and this
around
was
there.
Songs that were already written and recorded.
It might have been later. It might have been more like summer, like June or something. But regardless, we had about 6 months to get this done, which is
and they were songs
crazy.
that were already written.
We had the structure. All we had to do was get in the room and
re-record
put the stuff down.
Yeah,
like that was it.
So, okay, 4 songs by November. Okay, then after that, what? Oh, by December, we want to have at least 6 new songs written. Okay, they don't have to be tracked. They don't have to be mastered.
They just need to be in the works.
They have to be on paper at the very least.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep, that sounds good. And then nobody did anything because nobody took it seriously.
Yep.
So if you guys will take your craft seriously.
That mentality right there runs rampant in this town.
Oh, so bad.
It's bad. And I've been experiencing it for decades at this point in my life. And it just is.
I think it's because a lot of people want to say, oh, I'm a rapper or I'm in a band. Dude, you're a musician.
You're still playing local bars.
And to be honest, like if you never played a show and all you did was release to YouTube, but you were consistent about it and you took it seriously, you're a better musician than some guy who's been playing the local scene for 20 years with the same 6 songs.
Yep. Also, local bands, stop calling a 4-day weekend a tour, because I'm sick of seeing that.
Oh, my God.
Quit booking 4 shows in different states and calling it a tour. That's not a tour. That's a fucking grind that you're putting yourself through, and you're paying thousands of dollars in gasoline to go play 4 shows where nobody knows who you are. That's all that is. A tour is 10 shows or more in successive states, okay? Stop making tour flyers for your 5-day weekend. I don't care about that, all right?
Dude, there's so much out there.
And now that I'm not in bands anymore, I get it criticized. It's great. I love being on the outside looking in. It's fantastic. I just get to be out here in the crowd and just with all you guys. It's
I say that
amazing.
To say this. 2 things. Number 1, Hollow Boy Records, y'all killing it. Big Snap.
Keep at it.
Chase Matthew, Ryan Upchurch, all these guys in the background that do the filming, the 1 RPM Records. Like, you guys take it seriously.
A-Loose Vision. Boom.
A-Loose Vision. You guys take your job seriously. You treat it like it should be, and you grind. And that's why these guys are successful.
That's why they stay in the public eye, is because they're grinding.
Second thing, local Casper bands. I'm shouting you out. Or not shouting
calling
you out. Calling you out.
The call out.
We released a Christmas song. Christmas song.
From our reaction channel, by the way.
From a reaction channel. We're not even a band.
We're not a band.
This is something we threw together in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. We're not even a thing. We don't even play music as far as YouTube is concerned.
We have barely known each other for more than a year. Like
our one YouTube video of our music video has more views in less time than the biggest local band.
Than the next 3 local bands combined, almost, at this
point. Yeah.
Almost. Because no one's got over like 1,500
And nobody
views.
Has a video newer than what? 2017, 16?
One of the newest ones, I think, was Zach Schomer, like a year ago. And it has 1,100 views. Was it a year ago or 4 years ago? I can't remember. But it's not that recent.
I will say this. Local bands, if you come across this, hit us up. We're not going to hold your hand through the whole thing. What we can do is we can sit together in a room with your band and say, hey, this is how the process goes. Okay? You're going to sit there with a notepad and you're going to take notes. We're going to take you through. This is 101 of what your band needs to be doing. And if you continue to do that, because the formula is the same for everybody. Just because these guys have been on YouTube for however many years and have however many millions of subscribers and millions of views, it doesn't matter. They follow the same formula.
Guess where they started?
In a trailer.
They started at 0.
Upchurch started at a ranch that got repossessed from his granddad after his granddad died, lived in a single wide or a double wide trailer with his mom, with not shit.
One of the first I was telling
you
about.
And now he's driving a Lamborghini to just say fuck you.
One of the big bands that I listened to, their lead singer was homeless when they got their first big cut. They went in, recorded an album. He lived in the studio because he didn't have a place to live. And then after that album came out, he bought himself a car with the money that the label gave him, and then lived in the car while the CD sold. Yeah. And then now he's got a mansion and shit now. Obviously, he's doing well for himself or whatever. I think, anyways. I don't know. It's been a while. But regardless, moral of the story is everyone starts from zero. Some people have zero while they're going through the shit. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't have much while they're doing the thing. That's just how it works.
And here's the thing. If you're going to come at us saying, well, they don't know. They don't have they're not signed to anything. They don't blah, 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 blah. Here's the deal. I started this whole reaction thing because, number one, it looked fun. Number two, I love introducing myself to new music. But the biggest reason is there are independent artists out there who deserve to be shouted out, and mainstream music and record labels will not do it because they refuse to sign their name on the dotted line because they don't want to sell their art to someone else.
It's your intellectual property, man. It's your unique selling point. It's
it's
everything that makes your personal small business of yourself work.
I have huge respect for that. Over the last 5 years, I have spent countless hours on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. I mean, just taking the time and looking at these artists and watching them go through. I mean, I remember when Upchurch, he was doing well, right? But he wasn't anything near what he is now, right? But I remember watching Upchurch come up and how he did it, and it's a grind. Same thing with Tom McDonald. I didn't watch Tom McDonald come up, but he has talked about his story coming up. There are some people like Jelly Roll and Struggle Jennings who you would say have been set back because they served time in prison. They had their demons they had to deal with. When you get back from prison, I don't know if you guys know, but you don't have a whole lot of shit.
Not a lot of accessibility.
Okay, you don't have a whole lot of fucking anything.
Yeah, not a lot of options.
And still, these guys are now living in $1 million houses, driving $1 million cars.
Hanging out with professionals, industry professionals, man.
And they're not signed.
Yeah.
Guys, these people are just like you. They live their life one shitty meal at a time until they continue to grind and grind and grind and grind and grind, and now they got their thing.
My final disclaimer, I know this has been a long
outro. I don't care.
It doesn't matter because it all kind of just worked into itself, and I'm glad we ended up at this point. My final disclaimer is we're not professionals, and you can take our advice at face value if you'd like to. I would recommend you do that because we don't have any. You're right, we're not signed. I've never been on a label. I've never done, but I have these experiences that a lot of people haven't had. I have recorded albums on both coasts of the United States. I have done actual tours. I've opened for big bands. I've talked to major producers. I have some knowledge.
Let me ask you that. Okay, let me ask you this. Is there things that when you were doing that you wish you would have done different? Knowing what you know now.
I mean, going into most of those situations, there are absolutely things that I wish I would have known that would have, aided me in those situations. Absolutely. There are also things though that I'm glad I didn't know going in because it gives you the opportunity to approach those people and kind of just go, what am I doing here? What help, and it gives you the opportunity and the open-mindedness to listen to them and get their advice from them. But yeah, there are definitely absolutely things that I wish I would have done differently going into some of those situations. So.
I mean, it's crazy. I look at the bands that I played in, and knowing what I know now, God, man, we were so close to doing the right thing had we not done XYZ or added step ABC to this, it would have been a totally different deal.
Yep.
And you can take it for what it is, but what I'm telling you is there's a boy in Wyoming who just signed with a Nashville label, which I'm not all that excited about.
We're not pumped on that.
But he got his name out there on his own. He played the Grand Ole Opry. He packed that out. He packed out the Mirage in Las Vegas, and he grew up on a ranch in Sheridan.
And like that, he's part of the circuit now. He's in the circuit. Crazy. That's crazy.
It's a formula that's so much more simple than what you think.
The drummer for the Black Dahlia murder. I went to school with him. Yeah. I made science videos and shit with him way back in the day. And he's literally out doing world tours with the Black Dahlia murder. And he's sponsored by major drum companies. He's from here.
It's crazy, guys.
You can do it. You can do it.
I'm telling you, local Casper bands, if you want to hit me up. You can take it for whatever you take it for, but there is a formula that everybody follows that works for independent artists. Now that formula changes based on what you do,
what you do, who you are, where you're at, that obviously it's flexible.
The 1 through 5 is the same.
Yeah, the general structure is the same for sure.
So with that, I love you guys and I want to see my friends succeed. I do. And that's why I'm saying all of this shit. And if you're upset because we talk too long, I don't give a shit. Okay, this is stuff that needs to be said. Okay, it needs to be said. Leave them Broadway girls alone.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next time. Wow. Fucking crazy up church. I'll give me 2 likes on Instagram. Mine fucking blown.
Bro, you made it. You're famous.
Not
2
yet.
likes. 2 likes from church on Instagram. It's
no,
over,
dude. I ain't famous.
It's
yet.
over. Let's go get a Lamborghini.
I haven't had one person offer me money for pictures of my feet.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm not famous
yet.
yet.
Yeah, that's right. The foot thing. That's right.
That's when you know.
That's when we know. We've established that a few times on the channel. So.
Yes. By the way, is screen cap going?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna check. I just checked audio, but I'm gonna check everything. Yeah, that's good. We're all
Christ. Good. Now it's time for all these Instagram people. Oh, look, I'm wrapped up in lights.
So?
I don't care.
That's not a good place to be. You don't want to be wrapped up in the lights. That's the shittiest place you can be.
I'm pretty sure that's like a fire hazard.
It's traumatizing. It's traumatizing. I was wrapped up in lights all weekend trying to get my house lit up. And dude, people I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's just a Casper thing or whatever, but like people do not seem like they're in the mood this year. I am one of 2 people I know in a 2-block radius that has lights on their house this year.
It's becoming less and less common, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fucking wind around this time of year.
Maybe it is, yeah.
Nobody wants to be out there on the roof with 80-mile-an-hour winds.
I'm not gonna lie. My lights are up there, and I had to do some Wyomingizing to them in order to
stuff.
Like they're up there pretty straight, and you'd be surprised that the wind doesn't move them. Well, there's a reason. I locked that shit in place pretty tight up there, and I was up there with fucking packing tape.
You might notice driving through Wyoming that not a whole lot of people have lawn furniture. And that's because whatever lawn furniture they did have,
someone else
came over from California with them. Somebody else in Nebraska or Colorado or Texas now has
Someone has their patio furniture, their trampoline, their basketball hoop, maybe their doghouse. They have all sorts of stuff. It's crazy.
If you guys think we're bullshitting about a trampoline, okay?
A full-size trampoline.
A windstorm that came through a couple years ago, and it was pretty bad. They were getting gusts up to 200 miles an hour here, okay? It blew a shed with everything in it at my dad's house. It had a grill in there. It had all sorts of camping stuff. There was lawnmowers, weed eaters, like all sorts of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Blew the entire shed off the foundation into the neighbor's house. Yep. Not into the neighbor's house. Into the neighbor's house.
There's a whole, I mean, there's a gas station next to where I work where they've, on the top of the gas pumps or whatever, they have like their little signage that goes around the gas pumps. They've had a crew out there for the last 3 years since they built this canopy for these gas pumps. They've had a crew out there for the last 3 years, once a week, up there replacing one panel on this wraparound on their canopy because it catches the wind out there right spot, and it just that one panel every time.
Yeah.
So like you go out there at the beginning of the month, and you're like, oh look, they're fixing the panel. And they'll have it done in the day, and then 4 days later, you're like, oh, panel's
gone again. Yeah.
It's great. Like we had the highest wind speeds in the country 3 days ago or 4 days ago or something like that. They had to shut down the interstate I-25 coming through here.
Yeah.
They were recording like 124 miles an hour or something like that on I-25. So yeah, basically, I mean,
Wyoming wind is rough.
Your semi is screwed at that point, almost pretty much no matter what.
Well, I mean, God, they had to put a windsock on Wyoming Boulevard because trucks would go down in the valley and get blown over.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not uncommon like 5 years ago to just be driving down Wyoming Boulevard and see 3 or 4 semis just turned on their sides.
There was that one year, I think it made national headlines. There were like 4 or 5 of them in a row because they were all coming down at the same time, and they just boop, 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 dominoes.
One right after the other.
There you go. There's nothing you can do. So,
and then they're like, what's the solution? Put up a windsock.
More like a wind chain. But
yeah.
Anyways, how's the weather where you're at? Let us know. Does the wind blow like that where you're at? Because I've heard that in other places it doesn't.